Thank you for joining us today. I have a very special guest, Reverend Anthony Thompson, the founder of One New Humanity Charleston, is with us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing just great, Jessica. And how are you doing today?
Doing great. We are so excited about learning more about your organization, so share with us.
Well, thank you for having me, first of all.
You're welcome.
One New Humanity Charleston is based on Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, 15th to the 16th verses, where the Bible speaks about Christ breaking down the barriers of prejudice, the walls that divide us, and pretty much reconciling us to God, then uniting us as one new man through his death on the cross.
Wow.
And so the mission of One New Humanity Charleston is to encourage repentance, forgiveness, and repentance in our cities and our states, and eventually through our nation, as those are tools for breaking down those walls, those dividing walls like race and culture and denomination that divides us, and unifying us as one people.
Very unique, very interesting. I'm enjoying listening to you sharing about your mission and it being from a very positive aspect. So tell us about some of the services that you all offer to the community.
Right now, this is our initial step. The organization is new, so we're working on events and things that we can do in the community, and this is why we're taking this initial step to have this event on November the 20th, which is a Sunday, beginning at 2 o'clock, to help unite the city of Charleston. And so we're beginning with a prayer procession. That prayer procession will take us to 7 different landmarks, and the city of Charleston will act as center committee. Charleston has a pretty deep-rooted history of slavery, and so we're trying to go to these different landmarks, praying to these different landmarks. Say, for example, White Stone, which is the battery where a war took place. 600,000 people were killed because of slavery, and so it was nothing but war and hostility. So we're going to that point and praying over, asking God to eradicate the attitudes that we now have so that we will not perpetuate what happened back then, but we will make some changes, and instead of having war and hostility, a place of peace. And so there's 6 other landmarks we'll be processing too, doing the same thing.
Interesting. I'm sure it takes a lot of courage and boldness to, and faith to actually go and pray for these different landmarks. So have you ever ran into any moments yet where anybody is kind of nervous or kind of feeling a little scared about, performing the mission of One New Humanity?
Yes, a lot of people, particularly, I didn't expect that to happen, and I guess that's because it's the vision that the Lord gave me, but I have to respect the opinions and suggestions of other people, because a lot of people are afraid of maybe the terminology we may use if we would force people to do what we want them to do, because it all involves really our differences racially, culturally, and denominationally. And so a lot of people are really, especially in the South, especially downtown Charleston, really sensitive to the terminology we may use and the route we may take to make this happen. And so we're trying to make it inclusive. We're trying to make it very diverse, but we're not trying to make it something spiritual or something just Christian, but just an event where we all can come together. We can all come and see what's about to take place, what God is going to do in the city of Charleston.
Beautiful. That is so beautiful. And I want to commend you for what you're doing to make an impact and bring unity into the area.
Thank you so very much for having us.
Thank you
and
for
blessing
being
us
here
with this time.
You're welcome.